Hi, welcome to Martial Arts Explorer. I'm Scott Combs. In this series, we explore functional self-defense technique as revealed in classical forms of all styles. A few questions have come up regarding the techniques we use. A viewer from YouTube, Richard, was wondering why we waste time with some of our joint locking techniques when we could take an aggressor out much more quickly with a ballistic flurry. It's a reasonable question, and here's our reasoned answer: legal complications. A martial artist can quickly shift from defender to aggressor if they apply more force than reasonably necessary to control the situation. If we overreact to a situation, we can win the fight and lose the war in the courtroom. And it happens more often than you might think. Martial artists should have a use of force continuum, similar to those used by police forces, that offer guidelines on the use of reasonable force against the threat of unlawful force. We've developed a civilian use of force continuum for our students. It differs from police versions because the police are required to stand in harm's way to protect the innocent in society. Civilians have no such responsibility. In fact, the best course of action for a civilian is to leave the danger zone before any trouble starts. This time we're exploring cat stance. Often, cat stance is viewed as a defensive posture. We look at it a little differently. For one, we don't see stances as static events where someone strikes a pose and just stands there. We see stances a little more dynamically, as momentary postures to be used in self-defense. Let's see what Michael has in mind.
Thanks, Scott, and thanks for joining us. We're going to look at cat stance today. A lot of times cat stance is hard to define what you're actually doing or why you're moving in such a position. With your weight back, your hands out in front, one knee bent, usually up on the ball of your foot. Sometimes you can't make sense of that. Why would you stand in such a position that puts you off balance and backwards? Well, remember, you got to set your weight down. That's going to keep you on balance right off the bat. Some people say this is a defensive posture, and that's fine. There's a lot of things you can do from there. We're going to look at it as an offensive posture and how you can make this an attacking motion or self-defense motion as you come in. This is used in lots of different forms. It's really easy to find. Pick out any of your basic martial arts forms, and you'll find this right in there. One thing to note, if you bring yourself up into a cat stance and this foot comes up onto the ball of your foot, why are you doing that? Well, you're going to be kneeing, kicking, pulling, sweeping. This foot is doing something. You're not standing with the knee bent for no reason at all. You have to be doing something. Try and see if you can find that when you're making your motions. Caitlin's going to come in and join me here, and we're going to look at how to use this cat stance. We're going to start with this basic reach out and grab. The hand's coming in front, all right? She might be wanting to punch, might be grabbing a shake. It doesn't really matter. Something's coming in here. Remember, we always want to react to the first thing that happens, not to the actual attacking motion. From here, if I'm setting into this direction, we're going to call this a brush pass, slap parry, hands circling in, all right? You're going to come in this way. So the attack comes in, I circle in, I'm going to slide in. Now I'm going to be offensive, and I move in here. Here's my knee. I'm going to come in, I'm going to take this leg, I'm going to start to bump it sideways, I'm going to start to off balance. As I off balance, I can bump into the arm, hitting the back of the tricep, hitting some pressure points that way, and then bringing the hand down up front into the temple, coming across and down. That puts me right into this position. A lot of times you'll circle in or drop into these cat stances, and that's the first hand motion. So my hands move in, I slide in, bump, bump, strike coming down, and we might as well take them down to the ground to be safe, finish them off so we can get away. Twist the head, pull the chin back, drop in behind, push the knee, and bring my opponent back and down, allowing me to leave the area. So just go ahead and do it a little bit faster. We'll come at an angle a little bit. And from there I could exit the situation. Thanks, Caitlin. We're going to grab everybody together, see how they do. Try and add in all those little points. Remember, you're trying to get in the knee bump, possibly adding in the elbow strike as you're moving in, and then the high hand up to the face. Any sort of takedown that follows after that is great. All right, we're going to look at a cat stance. Okay? We're probably going to work from row high for our forms. Someone's reaching in front. Make sure, inside parry, circle it through, slide in. Here's the knee bump. Here's the hand coming down. You can add in this elbow strike if you can get it also. So you're just rolling into it, coming in this direction. Push, turn, lift, step in, plant yourself, get your body underneath their hips, bring them back and down. All right, you guys go ahead. Make sure you tip the head up too. Give him some lift so he starts to fall back. As you're working with Caitlin, you have an opening that's appearing. So go ahead and start in. I'm going to stop you. Right there. Okay, now hit the arm. Yep, her head turns and opens up here. So instead of taking the palm here, you have the opportunity for gallbladder 20 strike, going across and in towards the back of the head, almost a little straighter, not so much down, but in more. Yep, I mean, easy touch knockout if you were to try and get in there. And it works on here because as you hit this tricep point, the body's turning away. Okay, so see if you can take advantage of that a little bit. So right when you start, slap parry, and then as you're gonna slide your feet forward, slide your whole body forward, and once you get forward, then just come up on the ball of your foot and just bump that knee right into the side of their leg. Right there. Boom. Yep. Good. There you go. And remember, just because you're doing the knee, you don't have to turn your whole body sideways. You can stay facing forward. So if I'm coming in here, when I'm moving this way, I'm gonna come in this way. I just sort of come through him. All I'm doing is moving straight into him. I don't even need to turn. I'm gonna come this way, and then I can just right into here. Just here's my bump, and there's my headshots. All right, wherever I want them. So just attack. Just keep moving in that straight line. You're getting off to that 45, and then you cut right in on them. Good. Lift the chin at the end. Yep. Here now. Yep. Even more, you're getting a lot of turn, you're not getting a whole lot of lift. So when you stretch them, so I bump, strike, turn, and then really lift them up this way. So when the head goes, the body's gonna follow it. There it is. Better, good. As you're looking at these different cat stances, keep an eye on something. It's really easy to switch and miss this knee motion. You're used to dropping other stances, especially you're coming into a horse stance a lot of times as you step forward or turn in after a strike. So don't forget the knee motion just to follow with these arm strikes. You have that cat stance for a reason. Try it out. See what you can make work off that. As you slide in, there's the knee. It pops in forward and then follow your hands afterwards. Thanks for joining us. Back to Scott.
If you'd like to try this at home, remember to be careful. You want to make the technique work, but you don't want to injure your friend. And we're not responsible for any injuries that may occur. Now keep in mind that this is just one way to look at cat stance. There are many other good ways to interpret this very useful concept. We love hearing from you. Send email to explorer@fullcirclemartialarts.org. For Martial Arts Explorer and Michael Kleinebeer, I'm Scott Combs.